In the Lyman direction, drone operators from Ukraine's Signum Battalion locked onto a lone soldier hiding behind a tree. As the fiber-optic FPV drone closed in, he circled the trunk in panic, but had nowhere to go. Nearby, a pickup moved down a dirt road. The soldier on board glanced up. Too late. Both were neutralized. In this war, even instinct reacts slower than drones. Sumy direction. Ukrainian snipers using thermal scopes locked onto a small Russian unit moving through open terrain. The first soldier hid near a tree, but it didn't help. He was hit. Another panicked, ran, then dropped into the grass. His movement gave him away. A third tried to hold position, but the scope stayed steady, and so did the result. Thermal optics extend battlefield reach, allowing snipers to engage hidden threats with cold precision, even through vegetation. Near the outskirts of Sumy, the 414th UAV Brigade Magyar's birds detected a strange movement along a ruined street. A lone Russian soldier leaned against a shattered wall, trying to rest. But instinct told him something wasn't right. He suddenly ran, weaving through the rubble. Above, an FPV drone had already locked on. It dropped fast, cutting off his path with precise timing. He was neutralized before reaching cover. This moment shows how drones not only see, but decide when escape ends. Further south, in the Velika Novosilka direction, another soldier moved cautiously through tall grass, unaware that eyes were tracking every step. The first drone descended, forcing him to dive backward. He dodged it, briefly escaping. But a second drone appeared immediately. No hesitation, no gap in timing. One covered, one finished. This layered tactic eliminates uncertainty and leaves no room for second chances. Out in the open, another soldier lit dry grass, trying to improve visibility. But that signal worked both ways. A drone had already picked up the heat and motion. It circled briefly, then dropped fast. By the time he looked up, there was nothing left to do. The strike was quick, accurate, and absolute. This is the cost of exposing yourself under persistent surveillance. Inside a wooded patch, all was quiet, except for one figure barely moving. A soldier had fallen asleep near the brush, drained from exhaustion. He had no weapon in hand, no awareness of what circled above. A drone was already in flight. It descended slowly, almost like it was waiting for a breath. But the target never woke. This is the silent edge of modern combat: precise, emotionless, and final. In the village of Shandry Holov, near Lyman, Russian troops forced their way into a civilian home. They attacked the family inside, then led one person with them as they retreated. Ukrainian forces arrived and pushed them back. As the soldiers tried to flee, an FPV drone locked on. It followed closely, then struck. The retreat ended before they could reach shelter. Modern drones respond with speed, even when escape seems near. Elsewhere, a supply team was carrying fuel toward the front line, walking slow but steady. Ukrainian drone operators spotted them early. One FPV unit launched and accelerated quickly. A soldier in the group noticed, raised his rifle, and tried to react, but the drone had already closed the distance. The moment they collided wasn't just about taking one target. It broke the chain of resupply. It disrupted the front line's rhythm. In another location, a Russian soldier rested beneath a tree, unarmed and unaware. There was no sound, no warning, just the quiet presence of a drone drifting above him. waiting. When it finally got close enough, the soldier noticed and bolted upright, running with sudden fear, but it was too late. The drone had waited for the perfect moment. This wasn't chance. It was a precise, measured decision made from above. Closer to the urban front, 2 Russian soldiers tried hiding near a civilian home. The drone had already seen them. As it approached, the 2 men broke into a panic run, circling around the building and then around a parked supply truck. But the drone stayed close, tracing every move like a hunter behind its prey. They had no plan, only reaction. The chase ended the only way it could, with precision. And in a wide, open terrain, a single soldier walked across dry soil under the open sky. Above him, a shadow moved quietly. He glanced up, confused, but kept walking. A drone dropped low, no warning, no time to think. The man flinched and dove into a nearby hole, hoping to disappear, but the operator had already marked the spot. A second drone arrived. It hovered, paused, and then finished the task. In drone warfare, the first sighting is usually the last. In Vovchansk's northern sector, Ukraine's 82nd Air Assault Brigade spotted a soldier hiding near ruins. The drone approached low. One precise strike ended his position. Moments later, another target stirred under a tree, wounded, limping, trying to flee. But the drone stayed locked. When he dropped into the grass, the pursuit was already over. In this war, even silence offers no shelter. Across a distant field, a soldier struggled to keep moving. His legs gave out. He collapsed into the tall grass, breathing heavy. A drone hovered nearby, silent, calculating. The first strike missed by inches. But it wasn't meant to end him. It was meant to pin him. The second drop did the rest. Not far away, another man lay low in the brush, thinking he'd gone unseen. But thermal scans and aerial vision don't rely on guesses. 2 drops followed, both targets gone. This is how modern warfare sees through camouflage and fatigue. Pokrovsk direction. Drone teams from Ukraine's 68th Jagger Brigade scanned tall vegetation. Movement triggered a strike. A lone soldier well hidden in the grass was marked first, just meters away. Another froze, face down. Both positions were neutralized in sequence, elsewhere. One soldier crouched beneath a tree. An FPV drone locked on and closed in fast. This sequence shows how drone networks erase safe zones by layering surveillance with autonomous follow-up strikes. In the Kurakov direction, Ukraine's 5th Assault Brigade identified a moving Russian truck on a rural route. A soldier sat exposed on the cargo bed. The FPV drone locked in and closed the distance. The strike was fast, sudden. Moments later, another Russian logistics vehicle parked at a dirt road intersection. The drone found it too. One precise descent, then smoke, nearby. A group of soldiers gathered behind a third truck. They never saw the drone approach. The blast scattered the formation. No time to regroup. No room to recover. Layered drone attacks fragment both supply and command. In the Siversk direction, Ukrainian drone operators from the 45th Artillery Brigade picked up unusual heat signatures moving through low terrain. They weren't soldiers. They were Russian unmanned ground vehicles. The drones locked in, one by one. Each strike was deliberate. Each target neutralized. This operation didn't just stop machines, it disrupted momentum before it could build. In every war, it's not always the fighters who suffer most. It's the quiet lives disrupted, the homes lost, the voices silenced, and the simple hopes that never get to grow. No drone strike or front line can replace what peace protects. Real strength isn't measured by destruction, but by the ability to preserve what matters. If this message resonates with you, leave a like, drop a comment, and share the video. And consider subscribing for more clear-eyed battlefield reports.